What's going on? How you doing? It's Nick with Us for Sure. Gonna get things popping here. Let's see here. I have 0 positions on right now. Like I literally have 0 positions on right now. I went in today. So yesterday because we got the big drop. I was positioned short. Because of the big drop, I actually sold everything that I had, and we're gonna start fresh today. Kind of hope to see some opportunity. I was positioned short, so I closed all I could, because if we get it, my main concern is if we got an epic bounce today, then all that profit would be gone, right? So it's better for me to go all cash, reposition myself, and kind of see what it's gonna do here. Like that's what I prefer. So literally all my trades worked yesterday because I was positioned short. So when that happens, when we have these big moves, I don't linger. I take my money. I mean, sure, I was trailing my stop. I was trailing my stop on Apple, but I closed everything because if a lot of times we get an epic bounce. SPY 394. So we're looking just like last week. Was it last week or the week before? But just like last week, we're looking for SPY 390 to hold. I would like for SPY to come down to 390, 388 area, but to add long, but it may not get there yet. I mean, yesterday got a little crazy. We went down. We broke 392 yesterday on SPY. But that was it. That was it. Then it got bought back. It got back up. We closed at 393.10 last night. We're at 394.24 right now. So, I mean, we're up a little bit. Futures are up a little bit. S&P's up 12. NASDAQ is up 52. So, I mean, the futures are up, but not not a lot. Not a lot, because, I mean, we were down. NASDAQ was down 700 points yesterday. That was crazy. I mean, that was literally insane. Literally insane yesterday. But I mean, that was the biggest drop we had in years. Since 2020, March 2020, that was the biggest drop we had since March 2020, and that's why I closed my short positions. I'm not gonna try to milk it, because now, even though we're getting a bounce here, I would be losing profit. So, it's kind of better just to align yourself. If you're positioned a certain way and it works out incredibly well, take it off and reevaluate. So today, I'm kind of going slow. I'm going to kind of see what the situation is here. We had NASDAQ, I mean, with this bearish engulfing candle. I mean, this is the same thing for everything, but I mean, this thing broke through the 50-day, broke through the 100-day, broke through the 10-day to the downside, came back down here. I mean, obviously, we're looking for a 12,000 test here on the NASDAQ, but honestly, I don't think there's a lot of support here, And in terms of these lows, the 11K lows on NASDAQ, I would imagine that we're gonna test those. Because the CPI event may be over, but the next event coming up is probably gonna be Mr. J. Powell, Jerome gonna come in here hot, saying we're gonna do 100 basis points, crush this inflation. What we got here? What we got 10-year at right now? 10-year dip in. Okay. Still high from yesterday. Dollar still high. So, I mean, 10-year and dollar is still high. So, I mean, we got to be careful here. I'm going to be looking for some opportunities. Maybe I'll trade some. I did like trading Tesla yesterday. So, those 305 calls were doing okay. I mean, every chart kind of looks the same right now. I mean, every chart. All right, was that kind of loud for you guys? Sorry, I didn't realize my sound was up so loud. All right, so I'm gonna let some candles form here. We're gonna see what it's gonna do here. Man, I'm gonna let the opening range form here. on the NASDAQ. I mean, VIX is still, I mean, VIX is at like 27 right now. It's down 36 cents only, but let's see if we can get, let's see what we can do here. So opening range right now, testing opening range 12. Oh, so 170, let's just call it, let's say 175 for the high, 155 for the low. If we're looking at the hourly chart, you know, NASDAQ, I mean, we're getting to the lows here, but if you're looking at the hourly, we're still kind of chopping in range here on these hourlies. So just be careful. Like that's what I'm trying to avoid for my account is not getting chopped up. And like when the market is volatile, it's a little bit harder to kind of gauge like, are we getting chopped or not? Because we're moving a lot. I mean, yesterday we had that bounce at the open, and then it was a disaster. And right now, these, I mean, it's not, it doesn't give you a lot of confidence that, you know, S&P, NASDAQ are struggling to stay green. You know? So, I mean, I'm looking here. We're below the opening range. Open range here is up here, 155 to 175. See what happens. I'm trying to see what happens down in here. Like, I think there's going to be a little bit more two-sided action. We got Meta falling apart. After a big move like yesterday, it's going to pay to be patient and let this kind of shake out. Like, there's no rush. I mean, it's been 12 minutes since market open. We don't have to do a thing. We made some money yesterday. We don't have to do a thing. I made money last week, so you know, one of the things as a trader that you'll learn is contentment will make you money. Like being content. Like, are you content with where you're at? And a lot of times we, as traders, we lose money because we're not content. Like we're like, oh, I gotta make money. I gotta push the buttons. Well, if you're not content, like if you're not being fed, you're gonna make some mistakes.
Order submit. Order filled. Order filled.
All right, that order went in. Kind of see. So I went long NASDAQ here. So I got a little tripped up because I had a bunch of errors pop up on my screen here. So let's see if we can get this. I don't know if we can. There we go. Come on. All right. We in. Let's see if we get stopped out. Basically break even on futures right now because I lost 40 bucks last night on that. I'm down $8 on futures right now. We got volatility spiking up here. So that trade didn't, I mean, this trade here didn't go where we wanted to go, right? I wanted it to break out. So now we're back in below, we're back in the opening range here. So this is where it opened at, right? So between 175 and 155. Now we're dead in the middle. So the market's trying to make up its mind like where it wants to go. We had a strong Delta candle. We had strong buyers in here. There's some support. As you can see, there's support here in terms of order flow. So there's buyers. There's quite a bit of buyers down here. There's some pre-market, and then there was some just now. Question is it gonna slice through these buyers? So we had some buyers here. I got long here. I would have been up money if I didn't make, like, if those errors didn't pop up, because I bought here and I sold here and it was messed up. Then I bought here and I sold up here. Okay, so we're coming down below the opening range. I don't want to short it. There's gonna be opportunity. It's just like, this is not an easy setup. Like I'm looking for easy setups here, and the easy setup for me, that's why I took it when we broke opening range. We had some power. We pushed two up here. I sold my first one up here, was near the top, and then I got stopped out for my second one, which is at break even. So, you know, you don't want to fight the market. Don't fight the market. You're gonna lose every time. All right. See, this is what you don't want. So we're chopping in this opening range here. down, we're chopping up, and this is where you're gonna get, you're gonna get wrecked. The choppiness. I mean, as a trader, like I think trying to find some options trades right now, because as a futures trader, you don't want to chop because your stops are so tight. Put it. Okay. Bought a couple SPY calls here. We'll see. Maybe stop loss. Let's put in $1. So the low was 120. I bought these for what? $1.30. So I'm gonna try. I'm trying some SPY calls here. Right now they're down 4%. See if we can get a push. I'm gonna try to make 20% on these. Trying to make 20% on these calls. My stop loss on the 400 strike calls is $1.15. So we'll see. We'll see how these pan out here. So let me see if we can get back to some futures here. So we're still at the opening range here, just chilling. So pulling up some of the hourly charts here. I mean, this thing is bad. The only one that has really bounced on the hourly chart here is Tesla. Tesla bounced on the hourly, had a double bottom here. I mean, overnight. I mean, the volume on this candle, is pretty low for pre-market, and then we're having a bounce here. So I mean, maybe the flow, maybe if you're looking at order flow, the 305 calls could pay out today. I mean, we have Neo running. Let's see how we're doing here. I mean, I'm break even on these. I'm break even on these SPY calls, but I mean, things are looking dicey.
Order filled.
So I'm down like $50. I'm down like $50 right now on futures. So we're just gonna. It's probably gonna rip now, like I said. But we're still chopping the open range. Came within $1 of my sell there. Take a profit. I probably should just took that off. But I like to be patient, let things kind of work out. I'm still in the SPY trade, so like I'm not gonna try to fight the market here. I'm getting close to getting stopped out on these SPY calls here. Hasn't hit yet, but we're getting close here. So I'm like came within like 2 cents of my stop. So like when it's chopping like this, it's difficult to make money. It's definitely difficult to make money. Like we could rip, we could flush, or we could just chop. Like if we just chop, I mean we're gonna have problems.
Order filled.
All right, I tried to go long. I went long the NASDAQ here. We'll see back above the opening range. Trying to play this opening range again. See if we can get another pop up, but we'll see. Might not happen. If this one doesn't work out, we'll call it quits on the futures and just kind of see what happens. Try to get into a trade later, but I mean, if we're just chopping, I don't want any part of this. Tesla's above 300 though. Okay. Hit my take profit. So
order
good on
filled.
that. I'm in the green right now. I'm in the green right now on the futures. So I close out all my futures. I don't know. This is I'm back in the green right now. But I don't like this. Like my concern here is that we're not going to go anywhere. I'm still in the SPY call, so I'm going to let those play out. These are getting a little dicey here. So, I mean, below 394, I'm getting stopped out of these calls on SPY. I'm going to take probably like a $50 loss. All right. I think the moment of truth is about to step in here. And I think it's not going to be good for, I don't think it's going to be good for the longest here. I mean, if volatility pops up here, volatility's stuck here. If volatility pops up, we're going to get a little. I'm like 5 cents away from being stopped out on these SPY calls. And they keep saving it. Like every time I'm going to get stopped out, they keep saving it. I got stopped out. Stopped out of the SPY calls. Lost 55 bucks there. I mean, so far, not a good day. Like, not a good day. Chopping. Trading the chop. So I'm down 55 bucks here. I am up $11 on futures. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to sell. I think I want to sell some premium. Look for an opportunity. What do we think about the Apple 150 puts? Apple's a tough short, though. I mean, I don't want to. What do we think about the Apple 150s? Apple's tough. Let me see. Let me take a look at these Apple 150 puts. I mean, I guess, if you're going near-term expiration here, probably better off with the 152.50s. So these hit a low of 74 cents just now. Currently at $1.02. Can go in small. Apple's strong today, though. Could go into these 152.50s. It just, I don't want to add on the dagger, Like when you're buying options, you don't want to like add on the dagger. But if we keep flushing here, I mean, it'll be a good buy. Kind of like I was hesitant on Tesla because I thought we'd get a dip and then it didn't come. So what if I just buy two? What if I just buy two of the 152.50s on these bad boys? What we closed at yesterday? 153. Because if we stall out, these are going to get hard to theta. Let's see what the next weeks are going for. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I got paid out on Apple puts yesterday, but like, how many times can you fish from the same spot? You know what I mean? Like eventually you're gonna get burned. That's why I'm trying to mix it up. Because yesterday I milked Apple pretty good on that down move. I guess Meta would have been the short here. You could short Tesla, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, EV was strong yesterday. You had Neo, Lucid, Rivian up, and then Tesla up today. Trying to get some ideas flowing, but the market's not really giving me a whole lot to go on here. Amazon's chilling. So I mean, like the big thing here, when looking at the hourly chart here, we still haven't cracked this on NASDAQ. We just cracked it on ES. So yeah, SPY is slipping hard. We could definitely test 390 on SPY today. You want to get, the reason why it went long is because kind of indicators are pointing up, and you kind of want to give the benefit of the doubt and just kind of trust that and just get stopped out. Well, maybe I'll buy. See if we get a push up here. Maybe I'll buy a couple of the 152.50s on Apple. I got an up move here. So I'm going to buy two of the 152.50s. Now, don't be a baby, buy three. I'm going to buy three of the 152.50s. So let me put a stop in here. So I'm going to put a stop in. I'm going to put, what, 80 cents on these contracts. We'll sell 2 of them. Try to keep a runner. So I guess if these Apple puts don't work out, it's going to, I'm probably calling it a day. Because now we're back, like if we're looking at NASDAQ here. If we're on NASDAQ here, we're back above the opening range. We didn't crack down here, which, I mean, I was looking for the crack. I probably shouldn't have added puts if we didn't crack this. But SPY was selling hard. SPY cracked. Algos popped in. We had some big delta sells down here. We have big delta sells on these candles. Now we're coming in with the buyers. Like, this is messed up. The big thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, but I didn't average anything down. I get stopped out and I try again. I don't average down. Don't average down losers. Don't average down in the chop. Like, this is not, like chop, like trading chop is the most annoying thing. The first thing is identifying you're in the chop. That's the first thing. And then you can ask yourself if you want to continue trading it. Like, that's why I got in, because I thought we were breaking down, but this thing is ripping out. I'm about to get stopped out of these Apple puts too. So I'm getting stopped out. It hasn't hit yet, but I'm getting stopped out of these. Apple calls here any second. Hasn't hit yet, but Tesla was the play. Tesla was the safest play. I shouldn't have talked myself out of not playing Tesla. All right, I'm out of Apple. I don't want to add here either. Like, we need to be beyond this chop. I mean, I might be done for the day. So I'm up $11.50 on futures. And I am down like 150. I'm down like 150 on options. So, I mean, not terrible, but not ideal. So, shook me out of SPY calls. Then brought it back up. Shook me out of Apple puts. Then they'll probably bring it down. Right? It's just today's not the day. So, like, as long as your losses, it's okay to lose in the market. As long as your losses are smaller than your gains, I mean, you're good to go. I'm not gonna buy here, and I'm not gonna short. So it might be it. I'll probably look for some like premium selling opportunities here in a couple hours. And try to level out, the 150 or so that I lost in options, and we'll try again tomorrow. I'm gonna take off. I'm not gonna get any more chopped up than I already am. I'm green futures, red options. So we'll keep it at that. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. Stay green. It's us for certain.